but just trying to say, okay, it's going to have a angle. I might just make it a diagonal right to the corner here. Keeping the blade handle kind of a rectangular shape as it goes. And making the entire piece, kind of always trying to think of the length, the width, and the height of the object. And just go ahead and, even though it's not a perfect rectangle all the way out, just kind of draw it out lightly just to see how it's going to look. Again, try to think of all the things if it's necessary. For example, if you need to find the center of this, crossing the diagonals to get to this outer edge, and this is the part that's going to have the curve. So you're trying to think of how large is this entire arch piece, and it's also down about halfway, so I can give myself a little bit more room there. So that's the piece that's at top. The other part with the handle, given a little rectangular shape up at the top here, blending it in like that. So, and tapering this in just a little bit. So just trying to see that overall length, and then taking a look at the piece. It tapers down to the point from the corner to the other corner, and there you have the blade pretty much drawn in there, and just kind of sketching a little bit. The handle is not centered, obviously, a little bit off-center. So again, trying to find the overall distance to this piece and the width of it, kind of blending it in there, taking a look at the end. So I'm going to taper it, kind of has an elliptical shape for the base, and it curves itself, has a bend in the handle all the way up into the top of this. So it does have a big enough section, and I can modify this piece if I need to. And I might redo this just to make it in more proportion to what I have right here. So I can take out this part just to make it fit better. So it kind of has a crook in the handle and tapers down. Okay, so once it's in there, I can go back in and just kind of see if I can get that, heavy up a little bit of the detail and be more definitive, make that decision as to what that piece is, if I have to make any alterations to it. Just trying to line that up. The handle, so that's going to give me a little bit more to work from. There's like a little divot in the wood there, and now I can see this part. And again, taking all the way down to the foot of it. Then once I have that, the light source on this reference file is pretty obvious there. So just taking a look at it and traveling it right up there, kind of an organic handle. Let's see whether or not I can blend that in there. And again, on any of the straight pieces, you can use your straight edge there. So any of these, you can take your ruler and just sketch right in there. And again, zoom into the detail. This kind of has a little bit of tone because it slopes away. And make this large enough on your paper that you can get the detail in there without trying to squish it in there. Ready? Okay. So see if you can get that section